Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm going to share a tool with you that has made my dreams a reality, and I believe it can make yours too. But first, let me start by asking you a question. We all have a dream. Some of us have a really bold dream that we barely admit to ourselves, or we don't share with other people in the fear of not achieving it. Do you have such a secret dream? A few nods, love it. So as a child, one of my dreams was to have the courage to be able to support other people. I grew up in Nairobi, Kenya, in a large, chaotic household filled with many cousins and many elders. And as you can imagine, there was always some crisis going on. I dreamt of having the confidence to go up to my elders and ask if I could support the ones in the crisis. Can you imagine a shy child sitting at the back of the classroom, really frustrated because she could barely speak up, with a bold dream to support other people? Well, she's standing here right now in front of you and speaking to you. Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos say they always wanted to go to space since they were little kids. Malala dreams of supporting education for all children in Afghanistan. We all have a dream, and I invite you again to reconnect to yours. In order to achieve our dreams, we have goals and we have resolutions. But we all know these are often not followed through. And in fact, Forbes reports that it is only 8% of people that set a New Year's resolution that goes ahead to accomplish this. So why is it that we sometimes give up on our dreams? We can give up if it gets too difficult, or we hit an obstacle, or we don't believe we have what it takes. Sometimes we give up because other people tell us our dreams are too ambitious. So here is the tool I promised you earlier, and the tool is this. When setting a goal, expand your purpose from me to we. This is a complete regeneration of how we think and how we act. By contributing to others, we get to fulfill our own dreams. What a great way to move forward in a post-pandemic world. So how does from me to we help you to achieve your dreams? First of all, your goal will have significantly more meaning. Secondly, by focusing on others, it will get you out of the negative stories in your head. And thirdly, it can really help you to overcome obstacles when you're focused on others. All of this gives you a better chance of being in that 8% of people that do achieve their goals. So coming back to my dream, I hit a critical obstacle as soon as my dream was formulated. I was a shy child who lacked self-esteem. If I ever had to speak up or confront anybody, I would get really anxious and my voice would really start shaking. I used to really envy all those brave kids who could shout across the playground or take a leading role in a play or speak up in a whole classroom. As a child, I could never do any of those things. And it was really frustrating for me because intelligence and grades were never a problem for me. I remember one day a chemistry teacher looking at me and saying, "She can't lead that project." I felt so heartbroken and crushed. It occurred to me in that moment, being shy could also stop me from achieving my dream. So I decided I was going to do something to overcome it. I bought confidence books, I went for personal development workshops, I bought voice coaching CDs, which I still have and practice, and I even took up acting classes. It wasn't easy, and I continued to practice. And as we all know, transformation requires a lot of practice. This helped me quite a lot. When I was a teenager, I once saw a personal development coach speaking on stage, and it really moved me. I immediately knew that's how I wanted to support other people. This was a complete magic moment for me. I decided I was going to help other people with everything I had learned about becoming more confident and following your dreams. I had changed my purpose from me to we. And this changed everything for me. When I was focused on others, I wasn't thinking about how I was feeling or any shortcomings that I had. Another example I can give you where I have really experienced me to we work in my life was when I was in Kenya and I got COVID. I was so scared as I had really severe symptoms and I was feeling really, really poorly. This continued for a couple of days until I realized I ended up passing it to my mom, the one person we were trying to protect, as she has a lot of underlying conditions. Suddenly, all the things that were bothering me no longer mattered. I spent 10 days in isolation with my mom and 14 days in a hospital room. None of the things that were bothering me before mattered. For example, I was sleeping on a sofa bed the whole time. I couldn't eat properly. I was feeling poorly myself, and I was really scared. None of it mattered as I was so focused on my mom's recovery. This was a really big transformation for me. One where I saw how being focused on my mom got me through my own fears and my own weaknesses. In fact, I found a resiliency I didn't even know I had. So how do you know that you're focused on we and not on me? A way to know this is to think about how your goal can impact other people. It can impact one person, or it can impact many others. And we can use the acronym NEW, N-E-W, as a way to apply this tool. And I'm going to give you 2 examples of how you could apply this tool. So in the first example, N, what's happening now? Say you decide you want to become a doctor. E, how can you expand it? You decide you want to heal as many people as possible. Or you might decide you want to create a whole new healing modality. W, widen it. How could your goal impact other people? By having better health, people will be able to live longer and have better lives. Another example, N, what's happening now? Say you decide you want to become fit and healthy. E, how could you expand this? By becoming fit and healthy, you decide you want to be more productive, you want to have more energy, you want to be more creative, and most importantly, you want to show up in a much better mood with your friends and family and coworkers. W, widen it. How can your goal help other people? It can help others because when you show up more productive and more energetic, you will be able to create more adventurous experiences, thereby expanding all their horizons. And imagine if in the process you inspired them to become fit and healthy too. Richard Branson, the founder of the Virgin Group, has decided to expand his purpose. He wants to open up space travel so that others can benefit from it too. Malala is the youngest person to win a Nobel Prize at the age of 17. She was shot at when she was 15, and despite that, she continues to follow her dream for all children in Afghanistan. This just goes to show when your purpose is wide, it can help you overcome obstacles and fulfill your own dreams. So to conclude, I would invite you to use from me to we every time you set a goal, whether business or personal. Use from me to we to get into the 8% of people that do achieve their goals. In my case, I have transformed several times. I have changed countries, I have changed careers, and I have learned to speak up. For anybody who has ever experienced any shyness, you will know what a big thing that is. Each time, my focus has been on other people. My transformation has been more successful and more rewarding. And so finally, I would like to leave you with these 2 questions. Number 1, what is your secret dream? And number 2, how can you apply me to we on that dream to make it a reality?